I blame sailing for the situation that I find myself in today. No longer can I accept living in an apartment downtown. It's not for lack of love for Lincoln, Nebraska, or its vibrant art community which I have found myself immersed in. Instead, I've discovered an entirely new existence where the world is at my fingertips when the wind is at my back. As a result of this awakening, I now live in a barn. A dairy barn just outside of town that when I moved in had no heating, electricity, or indoor plumbing. Sailors crossing the Atlantic used the saying, "Go south until the butter melts." This naturally occurring indicator helped them determine when it was time to change course. During this past year living off the grid, I've noticed a similar, more contemporary bellwether. When the olive oil begins to solidify, it's time to head south. I don't really remember the first time the thought of existing as a nomad surfaced in my head. Nomadic lifestyles firmly stepping on the gas. Perhaps being a nomad first surfaced on one of my previous adventures, one of those times where I was trying my hardest to escape a suburban reality. I've attempted to escape before, by living in a truck camper, riding bicycles over mountain ranges, and driving a tour bus around the country playing music for complete strangers. As life-changing and amazing as these experiences were, I could never figure out a way to make them last more than a month or so financially. I needed an escape that was more than a short-term adventure. I needed a new lifestyle. Will traveling the world on a sailboat be that lifestyle change that finally cures my wanderlust? I don't know. A friend of mine recently expressed concern. He doesn't see me living the, quote, beach bum lifestyle. Honestly, he's right. I have no intention of becoming the quintessential beach bum. I want to learn. I want to explore. But most importantly, I want it to be sustainable. I don't have a trust fund or rich parents. What I do have is a couple of good boats, a positive outlook on life, and a sense of adventure. From what I've read, these attributes are all a person used to need to embark on epic expeditions. And so I'm going for it. In a couple of weeks, I'll be leaving the Nebraska winter behind en route for the Florida Keys. I'll be joined off and on by a group of vagabonds that I call my friends. And of course, the cats are coming too. Nebraska may not be the ideal location to prepare for an Aqua-Nomadic lifestyle. Nevertheless, as each day goes by in this sustainable nirvana that I call home, I learn to live with less. I need less, and I consume less. To me, this is the ultimate freedom. And hide away for a while.